Hi guys, this is G Lohit from second BTech Mechanical Engineering. Today I was explaining about the topic called one of the topic in manufacturing process. The subtopics today I was explaining about forge welding and explosive welding and their applications and advantages and their limitations, also called as the disadvantages. So let deeply discuss about these topics in the manufacturing process regarding deeply. So I can explain by using the PPT. You can look into there. And firstly we are going to the introduction of welding techniques. So basically what is mean by welding? So if there is any two joints or more than joining the two joints by adding the heat of a forge is called welding. There is a welding techniques. There are such type of different types of techniques, and the joining of these welding techniques also have the different names like butt joint, edge joint, lap joint, and T joint and corner joint. So these kind of are the welding, some of the techniques in the welding process. And what is meant by forge welding? Forge welding is the solid state welding process where the metals are joined by the heating and hammering. This technique has been used for the centuries in blacksmith and welding. This typically requires the high temperature soften metal without melting. So in the paragraph itself, it's defining what is mean by forge welding. So basically the forge welding is the solid state welding the metal by using the heat and hammering. It is the technique using from the ago centuries. These are followed by the blacksmith, and this typically requires the high temperature to weld the process, to weld the materials. And the process of forge welding, the process of forge welding, heating pieces at the critical temperature. Once heated, metals brought the together and stuck with the hammer or press. The mechanical action causes the surfaces to bond, they cool, those solidify. So process of forge welding is the process starts the heating the metal pieces at the critical temperature. So you can take the two metal pieces and heating these up to their critical temperature. Once heated the metal, you can brought to them, and you can come to close. You can get the two materials closer, and by the using of manner we can solidify those metals, and then the metals will be joined into the one metal. And these applications, these are commonly used in the manufacturing tools, kiwis, and structural components like in the building, in architecture. They mostly use these such type of tensions, weldings, and also used in the heavy machineries and metal work. Like in industries, also big machineries to join the metals. The uses these forge welding. And also there is a such type of advantages these forge welding have. Let me explain about these advantages. The process of allowing the joining the dissimilar metals, expanding the material options. Like if you have to join the by using these forge welding, you can also expand the metals which we have joined by the using heat. It relatively cost efficient method and certain application due to the lower energy requirement. This also requires these takes the lower energy and cost efficiency, and these have the strong durable joints and mechanical properties. So these are the advantages of these forge welding. And they where there are advantages, also there is a such some kind of disadvantage also. These it is not beautiful for the thin delicate materials due to the risk of deformation. So it is not suitable for the where the material was thin materials are and it requires the skilled labor. So any normal labor can't operate. Like you have to know about how to do the welding, so you can require the skilled labor. See, this is also one of the disadvantages. And especially the equipment was increasing the initial costs. Any equipment we can use to welding, it will be high cost only. That's why these are limitations. And next, this is the another kind of welding. This welding is called explosive welding. Explosive welding is the dynamic bonding process that uses the controlled explosions to join metals. These techniques effective for the recreating metallurgical bonds between the similar and dissimilar metals. The process of involving high speed impact that results the solid state weld melting. So you can see in the picture right here, there is a under base. That base brown color is called anvil. That is the fixed and strong material to handle the pressure from the from the upside. And there is a base plate and there is equipment flyer plate and direction of deformation and explosive and basically this explosive welding is a dynamic bonding process. This technique effective to creating the metallurgical bond between a similar and dissimilar metal. Okay, these applications we can utilize this production of clad materials such as copper clad for the electrical applications. This method is the ideal for the manufacturing parts that requires the high integrity and performance under the stress. And advantages of explosive welding, the process that creates the minimal heat affected zones preserving the properties of base. So these by these welding process the properties of metal are unchanged. It allows the creation of complex geometrical and large surface in the single operation. By this exploration we can do the complex welding and geometrical like something complex shapes and large areas in the single operation only. You can't no need of any other equipment to do that. And limitations of explosive welding. The technique requires the specialized equipment, safety precaution due to the use of explosive. So we are using the explosions for the welding, so we can require the skilled labors and safety precautions and special equipment to do the welding process. And the process the costly also, the cost of the equipment also may be high, maybe not, definitely it will be high. And there will be the challenges of uniform control and over the welding parameters. Thank you. And next, these are the references where I take these PPT to represent to you. And if you are interested to go through deeply according to these topics, you can go through, no problem. And here is the references you can observe, or you can take the screenshot. Okay. And thank you, have a nice day guys.